hello, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and everybody else under the rainbow of our wonderful community. How are you doing today? YouTube, welcome back. I'm here with Twitch chat. We are like on part 5 of Hummingbird's Crown, and I've asked Twitch chat if we should do the good ending or the bad ending for Galvin first, as we have done all of Lonan's route, good and bad. And Twitch chat has kind of unanimously said the bad ending. So that is what we're gonna go with. I do have the walkthrough up on the side. I'm not proud of that. But I do know how to get into Galvin's route. And this is the route that I wanted to do originally. So I'm really excited for this. We are gonna speed through this beginning portion though. The adulthood, the questioning your existence as an adult. God. I did it. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Okay, let's skip through. If you want to know what all of this says, go to part 1 of this platform. Part 1 of this playlist. I read all of this then, so... Okay, so to get into Lonan's route, you want to do the nice, it'll be nice to relax. But in order to get Galvin's route, you're actually going to go with, I could learn something new. And this is what opens the path, right? I've never clicked this one before. So why we always got Lonan's route. Okay, I could learn something new. Girl, totally. I'll introduce you to my bro, Galvin. Okay, yeah. Okay, yep, that's good. Okay, we did those in the first one too. So this one is also Galvin. This one is for Lonan. This one is Galvin's. Wait until you see my puzzle solving skills and Professor Clayton. So if I'm gonna do bad ending first, I need to talk to Galvin, and then I need to miss all of the time pond events. Okay, so we knocked into him. Now we're gonna help him pick up the items that fell on the floor. Okay, I'll help you pick everything up. Good. Okay. Now if you'll excuse me. Okay. I think we can, yep, okay, this is just... This is the prelude. This is them telling us about the game. This is, you know, the time pond. We got to get all the things. We should. Yes. So everything we just skipped is from like the intro and the part that you can get with Lonan, okay? And because I skipped everything and now that it's stopped, that means this is new content. We are into Galvin's route. I'm so mad. So mad. I'm so mad that I'm doing the bad route first, but so glad because I want to see it. Okay. Kana, can I ask you something? Yeah, girl, shoot. Well, to be honest, I'm really interested to learn about how the GameCon event works, so... this is embarrassing. Do you think I can meet with Galvin? I promise I won't be a bother. I really want to help out. Maybe I could even offer a different perspective that he hasn't considered too. I have a lot of confidence in my organization skills. Ooh, the plot thickens. Kana? Ren? Oh no. Did I say something wrong? Rennie! Huh? Egads, I think you broke her, Ren. What? Huh? Sorry. I got emotional for a second there. You really want to help my bro? Yes? Is there a problem? No, Rennie, no! It's the opposite! Galvin is so obsessed with perfectionism that he takes it too far sometimes. Way too far. I think it'll be good for him if he has a comrade he can rely on, you know? He's the personification of the, if you want things done right, do them yourself mentality. I see. Oh God, what have I gotten myself into? But won't he reject the offer if he's such a lone wolf? Nah, don't worry your pretty little head about it. Leave it to me. I've got a plan. I'm doomed. I got you this time, bro. Well, it was nice meeting you, Ren. Shut up, Lonan. This isn't funny. I don't think I'll ever get tired of doing their voices, though. I mean, they're a little off every week, but I enjoy the voices of these characters. And that's how Kana and I agreed on meeting Galvin the next day at Solstice's Main Street. Will I really be okay? The bet! I don't think that was... was that the name of Lonan's chapter 2? Okay, Main Street. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. No, actually, I think I'm even more surprised that Kana's brother agreed to meet me, considering how busy he is. What the heck did she tell him? Rennie! Before I could finish my sentence, Kana gave me a tackle hug. Oh my god, girl, it's so awesome to finally meet you! Ah, that's right. She hasn't met me yet in this timeline, so it's no wonder she's excited. For a few seconds, I hesitated on what to do. Ultimately, though, I hugged her back tightly. She smelled like citrus, a warm and pleasant scent. Kana's smell. And she was alive. God. I'm really happy to see you too, Kana. Canaria. Are you going to introduce us or keep squeezing your friend like a lemon? Firm and to the point, a deep voice made its presence known with a single question. I don't have all day. Oh my god, like, they are, like, okay, I know that we were in groups before, so they were next to each other, but like having them next to each other like this, they did such a good job on matching the eye color, but not making them exactly the same. Sorry, something's in my eye. Sorry about that. Kana released me from her arms, turned around, and struck a confident pose by putting her hands on her waist. Through the gaps between her left armpit and wrist, I could see a grumpy, slightly shorter man with his arms crossed on his chest. I was going to make a comment on that. I was going to make a comment that I don't know why Galvin is shorter. I wonder if there was something with the UI. They did that on purpose. Yes, not every man, not every fictional man needs to be 6 foot something, chat. Just for the record, just putting it out there. Not every romance needs to be 6'5". No way. Oh my god, you have the patience of a gnat. Fine. He's that staff guy from the event I knocked down. What are the odds? Galvin, this is Ren, my cutie patootie friend. Nice to meet you. Charmed. Rennie, this is Galvin, my grumpy little brother. I wasn't expecting little brother, like younger brother, but especially with the dynamic. Oh, I love this. Galvin's eyebrow twitched at the remark. Let's go. We're twins, Canadia. Use precise words to describe our relationship. Language exists for a reason. Besides, I'm barely shorter than you. Kana rolled her eyes so hard they might have as well traveled to the back of her head. Yeah, little twin brother, whatever. That's not... Moving on, like I told you via text, Ren wants to be a part of the event as well. And like I told you this morning, you can't give me such short notice on these things. I need to prepare beforehand. Besides, I don't need any help. You know I prefer to work alone. This is a waste of time. God, you're such a... The twins continued to bicker back and forth for a couple of never-ending minutes. I better say something or this argument will finish when I'm freaking bald. Can I interrupt for a second? Their heads turned around at the same time to look at me. What? They're twins, all right. Okay, Ren. Deep breaths. You can do this. I'm sorry for the short notice, Galvin. I like planning things ahead of time myself, so I understand how chaotic it can be when you're not prepared. Believe me, I'm more aware of it now than ever before. Still, Kana told me that the GameCon's location change to the Eon building was a bit rushed, and even though it can hold a lot more people than the previous place, you don't have as many staff members. He's not denying it, so I guess it's true. I'll have to thank Kana later for telling me all this extra info behind the scenes. I'm surprised Canaria told you that much. She must really trust you. My eyes automatically flew to Kana. She grinned and gave me a thumbs up. She really... Galvin cleared his throat. However, I don't see why you specifically are offering to be a part of the staff. In what way would I benefit from your help? Snarky son of a gun. I'm in. Well, you see... What are your qualifications? Are you an event planner or a coordinator? Or perhaps a professional organizer? His gaze scrutinized me as if he wanted to find out every suspicious detail possible in order to slam the door in my face. My head is spinning. Is this a normal conversation or a job interview? Well, nothing else to add? I thought so. Now, if you're quite finished, I'll take my leave. Unlike you two, I'm very busy. I can almost see the rooster crest growing on his head with how pompous he's being. Hey, wait a goddamn second! First of all, I'll have you know I got a photo shoot this evening. Next is a long weekend, bro. What did you expect? Ren works hard enough the rest of the fucking week. Then she can keep doing whatever she does on her actual line of work and not try to meddle with my fucking job. Besides, aren't you all coming on Saturday anyway? I don't understand this sudden interest in being part of the staff. You already know that I work alone, Canaria. For fuck's sake, Galvin! I'm trying to help you here! I swear if you weren't my brother, I would have fucking murdered you by now. Why do you always have to have such a long stick up your Stop! My voice came out louder than intended, so not only the twins, but a couple of people passing by turned to look at me with their eyes like saucers. My cheeks must be the color of my hair. No, it's okay, Ren. You got this. If I remember right, Kana also mentioned Galvin has a bit of a competitive side. I can use that as my trump card. Let's... save? Okay, let me make sure. I want to say that... No, because I got all the other cards. So you can still say the right answers, but if we miss the time pawns, we'll be okay. Because I feel like let's make a bet, because he's competitive, right? Yeah, let's make a bet. Just double checking. Hydrate! Welcome back, Danish. Every other romance has to be 6'4". How tall is Garrus? I feel like that's a very particular number. How tall? Someone Google for me. How tall is Garrus Vicarian? How tall is my husbando? Thank you for the hydrate, Tompi. Okay. Let's make a bet. Memory shards, go. Let's make a bet. Oh. What? A bet? Yes. Let me be a part of the event staff as your assistant, and by the end of it, we'll see just how useful I was. If I really am no help at all, then I'll lose. But if I actually make your job easier, the winner will be me. Look, as I said a million times already, I work by myself. I don't need any assistants or partners or whatever it is you want to be. Besides, what makes you think I'll agree to such a childish dare? What even is the prize for winning? If you say something foolish like a coffee, then I'll leave. I buy my own coffee anyway. I don't. I mean, I do, but if you guys wanted to buy me a coffee, just throwing that out there. God knows I need it. Ugh, this guy is more stubborn than a mule. He's starting to piss me off. The winner gets one free favor from the loser. Ugh, of course it's a kid's prize. Okay, that's it. God, Galvin, this is why everyone I see how it is. You're scared. I just love Kanaria's looks. What did you just say? You're scared that I'll be right, so you don't even want to try. What? You're so right, Rennie. Gosh, who knew Galvin could be such a loser? A loser? Me? That's preposterous. Wah, wah. I can't hear you over the sound of my winner aura. Fine, I'll play your stupid bet. Hooray! All right. Kana and I high-fived each other. You, redhead woman. Embarrassed all the way up to his ears, Galvin pointed his index finger at me. I love a man who blushes. I'm not gonna lie. I love him. As we were talking earlier about Dragon Age Inquisition, that is how I'm gonna try to make Colin. At any point that I can make that man blush, I am doing it. Fucking love that shit. Me? Who else? To the Eon building. Now. Not even 5 seconds after saying that, Galvin stormed off. Wait, Galvin! I'll see you later, Kana. Better catch up before the little sparrow flies away, Rennie. Bye-ya! And so, my temporary work as a staff member of GameCon, or more accurately as Galvin's assistant, began. I can't find Ren's voice. I've completely lost her voice for me. I don't know where it is. Not at this late. Wait, Garrus is 6'2"? Nice. Cool. Thanks for Googling that. I'm just gonna put that little bit of information in my memory. Not this. True, I probably want to drink a coffee this late at night. That's why I don't have any caffeine. I just have water tonight. You do not have to get me a coffee in the morning. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm glad you made it to work, babe. Wow, it definitely has a different atmosphere when there aren't many people. Redhead. Swear to God, he keeps calling me redhead though, man. Ah! Don't talk to me from behind. I turned around to face the culprit. Yes? Why do you look so startled? Who wouldn't? Come on, I'll show you around. Ah, okay. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, Galvin gave me a tour of the whole building. I had already seen him before in the previous timeline, but it was definitely a different experience altogether with bare game booths and the absence of a crowd. Galvin also mentioned the building had an underground parking lot, but only a select group of people were allowed to use it, starting with staff members. What I found odd was that every time we passed by one of the staff members, they did their best to either run away or look focused on whatever they were working on for different booths. Geez, are they that scared of him? Well, though, to be fair, he is pretty intimidating. And that concludes the tour. You can leave now. Huh? Come tomorrow, 10 a.m. Don't be late. Wait. Just like that? Can't I ask some questions, at least? Why? I thought Canaria had told you everything. Well, not everything. As if the mere notion caused him pain, Galvin sighed and massaged the bridge of his nose with his right thumb and index finger. Very well. I'll indulge you just this time. Really? Thank you. Just don't make it a habit. Ah, the blushies are back! Ah! Yay! Okay, let's see. Even though Kana shared a little bit about the Eon building, I'd like to know more. Galvin probably has more detailed information. Kana said this building was chosen as the new go-to place for the next game-related events, thanks to your boss. Can you tell me something else about that? Galvin's expression did a 180. He was beaming, and not in a cocky way. This was a genuine smile. Yes. Sorry, low voice. Yes, it was all thanks to Mr. Axter. Is he your boss? Not only my boss, he's someone I greatly admire. Mr. Axter was a renowned event planner before he succeeded as the CEO and owner of the Just Do It Right events company. I've learned so much from him. When he told me he managed to get an even better building than the last one, sure, it was a rushed decision, but only someone like him could have achieved a deal as good as the one he got in such a short time. Normally, such procedures take at least a year. I see. Is this the same grumpy guy I met? So is this building exclusively reserved for game events? In part. The game events are the main highlight of it, but it's used for technology expos as well. The Eon building has an exceptional location, after all. And even though it has only one floor, it's extremely wide. Well, 2 floors, technically, since there's the underground parking lot. But that's only reserved for staff members, game devs, and special guests. Interesting. I didn't know the building had a basement. This could be important. There is one thing, though. Yes? The decision to hold the event in this building was made in a bit of a rush. Besides, the rent is... Although Galvin mumbled the last part, I was able to hear him loud and clear. What? Don't mind me. I must be overthinking. Surely Mr. Axter took care of the procedures before suggesting this place. So there's a possibility the Eon building wasn't apt to hold an event of this scale in the first place. I mean, GameCon isn't as big as E3, but to be able to hold around 3,000 people is still a lot. It certainly doesn't look like it would have any trouble when it comes to space at first glance, at least. Okay, so once again, when she's musing like this, and there's a little bit of a sound change, this is when you can go into the time pool. This will also light up. But since we're going for the bad ending, I'm not going to click that, and we're just going to continue with the conversation. I will say, though, looking at the guide, the first, like, searching area is different for Galvin and Lona. So the second and third searching areas will be the same, but this first one is different depending on what romance route you started. What could have caused the building to collapse like that? I remember there were malfunctions before the accident, too. Just what happened? Excuse me? Mr. Galvin, sir? One of the staff members called out to us. What is it? Jeez, do you have to glare at them like that? We just got all the confirmed game devs that will have their own booth. Let me see. The staff member handed him a clipboard with a list of names from several indie devs and the games they would be exhibiting. I peeked from behind Galvin's shoulder and noticed a familiar name. Ah, it's Gidget. So, Fable Novel will have a booth for Gidget's game after all. Could it be? Are you a fan of Detective Gidget too, Galvin? The plushies! Ah, don't sneak up on me like that. Now you know how it feels. That's so cool. Did you play the game with Kana? Who's your favorite character? We're done here. You already asked all the GameCon related questions you wanted, right? But this is a GameCon related question. In a way. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bye. Before I could say anything else, Galvin ran away with his face beet red. Aw, I wanted to know what he thought about Gidget's game. Oh well, I can always ask tomorrow. Okay, the titles are definitely different. This one's a workaholic loner. Tompy, what do you mean too bad? It's done. You might have to take my mod position. I'm thinking Reaper might what did you do? Fuck. Anytime Tompy says that, I immediately have to go check my phone. Tompy, for the record, coffee is not $15. 2 would have covered it. You know what? I'm gonna take that as coffee for the full fucking week. That'll be my nice breakfast before VTM. Tompy with the $15 tip, as the message says, for coffee. Gonna give me a fancy coffee. God damn it. Why are we raw? Raw. God damn. That's true. I can have breakfast. Thank you, Tompy. That was sweet of you. Thank you. A mega cup of coffee. God, I wonder if there's a coffee shop out there that has like a mega size. You know, like there's tall, grande, venti is like the popular one. Oh, I need a place that has like cooler names. Oh, that'll actually be a really nice breakfast before VTM. Thank you, Tompy. I appreciate that. Knowing what you have to deal with tomorrow, it's going to be needed. Yeah, tomorrow I have to finish all my tests and burn CDs and things like that, so... Burn CDs, I promise. Just burning CDs, not with fire, like off the computer. I promise. Promise. How are we feeling about Galvin's route so far? I'm kind of into it. It's turning out as I imagined it would. Also, I play lo-fi or Spirit City lo-fi, and there's like a beanbag chair in that, and then I see these floor pillows. I kind of want to sew me a floor pillow now. Like can you sew like a beanbag chair? Is that possible? Do I want to try? I might try. Girl, if it is 10 a.m. and you are late, we are in trouble. What? Was that my phone? What time is it? I shouldn't have stayed up late playing with Kana and Lonan. Girl, answer your phone! Oh my god, shut up already. I'm coming. Groggy, I slid off the bed and reached for my phone, which was making a racket on top of my desk. Huh? I don't have this number. Who the heck is Mr. Spice? Never mind, his name is no longer Galvin, it is Mr. Spicy. That is his... okay, game. I see you. Why is this lit up? I completely missed this. Who the heck is Mr. Spicy? Wait, wouldn't... Okay, yeah. Okay, that worked. Are you up yet? I heard Canaria playing with some friends on voice chat last night. I sure hope that wasn't you, redhead. You should probably be leaving your house right about now. Well, if you want to make it on time, that is. How in the blazes did you get my number, Galvin? Also, it's not even 9 a.m. yet. How do you think I got it? From my sister, of course. Besides, I had to make sure you didn't oversleep. We may have a bet, but if you lose just on the first day, there wouldn't be much of a challenge. God, why is that so hot, though? Fuck, I mean, man. And yesterday would have been pointless, which in turn means you and Canaria would have wasted my time. Are you always like this? Like what? You know, like you have a stick up your... I see Kana's rubbing off on you. I expect you to be on time. Did you just sigh? Excuse me? As in, through text? Do you have a problem with that? No, not at all. It's just... Wow. I didn't take you for this type of texter. Do you use emojis too? OMG, you do! Please ignore that. My sister just took my phone. 10 a.m. redhead. Don't be late. So, Mr. Stuck-Up has a cute side too. With a smile on my face, I added Galvin to my contacts and hurried to get ready to leave. Something's going on in chat. You can? I can. Oh my god, I'm gonna sew beanbag chairs. Who needs chairs in my apartment when I can have beanbag chairs? You can sew a beanbag chair if you have the patience to work with the beans and the bag. You'd think so, but it's actually not that bad, as I understand. You can fill the bag later in the process. Yo, who wants some behind the scenes of me making a beanbag chair? Oh my god, I'm gonna do behind the scenes of me making a beanbag chair. If I do it really well too, I can make like 2, and then my friends can come over and hang out at my apartment and actually sit somewhere. I don't have chairs. Fun fact, this is the only chair in my entire apartment. I don't have people over. I don't like people in my space. I've talked about this. Let's go, Arctic. Okay. It's gonna go. It's either one of my Instagrams, either Reaper Babe Gaming or Reaper Babe Cosplay. I'm gonna make a beanbag chair. I'm in. We're 13 minutes early, by the way. 13 minutes. I'm so hungry. Oh. As if it had heard my thoughts, my stomach rumbled with energy. Ugh. I could have had breakfast if Galvin hadn't rushed me. I wanted to eat my bread pudding. A sudden ring reverberated throughout the whole street. When I turned to look, I spotted a food truck selling different sorts of crepes, sweet and savory flavors all around. A salesperson rang the little bell a few more times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Crepes to go, get your crepes to go. Without thinking it twice, I approached the truck to admire the wide variety of the snack. They all look so tasty, I can't choose. Are you quite finished yet? Ah! Once again, I was taken aback by Galvin's habit of approaching, and startling, people from behind. God, can't you greet people normally? Shit, I said that out loud. If you didn't take so long, I wouldn't have to come get you. The nerve of this man. I'm done being polite. Well, if you hadn't rushed me, I would have gotten to eat breakfast and arrived at the Eon building on the dot. For a few seconds, we glared at each other, neither of us backing out. In the end, Galvin massaged the bridge of his nose and sighed. Fine, but be quick about it. You literally spent 10 minutes looking at those crepes. Yes, boss. I don't know what's more annoying, not having food in my system or listening to this guy complain 24/7. Alright, I love me some mushroom and spinach crepes, but that's more suited for lunch. I feel like having something sweet right now. Those 2 flavors especially. I should only choose one though. I feel like the coffee mousse. Anytime there's a choice in an otome, it's got something to do with a relationship. Yes! Coffee. Coffee mousse it is. I would probably get the coffee mousse as well. I'm not crazy about banana. It's not a chair, then it's a throne. It is. It is my gaming throne. It's actually quite comfortable. I enjoy it. 1 coffee mousse crepe, please. Coming right up. After paying for my snack, I headed towards where Galvin was waiting for me. As soon as he saw the crepes filling, he raised his eyebrow. What's that flavor? I don't recognize it. You never tried coffee mousse before? Coffee mousse? I thought tiramisu was the only dessert made with coffee. What? Get out of here. Wait, really? So I'm not too big on sweet things, alright? Tiramisu is the only dessert I tried that I actually thought was good. Coffee balances out the flavors with the bitterness. Other desserts, though, I don't understand how some people can enjoy food with so much sugar. It's me! Hi! I'm the person who enjoys really sugary shit. Well, I agree that some are just too much, even for me. But I love me some dessert when I get the craving. Do you want to try this crepe? You could end up liking it. It's not too sweet. I thought Galvin was going to reject me right away, but surprisingly enough, he grabbed my hand. You could have just taken the crepe from my hand, but you know. Okay, Lonan's route was cute, but Galvin is my type and I can't help it. Surprisingly enough, he grabbed my hand holding the crepe and gave it a modest bite. Oh, it's actually very nice. Thank you. What is it? Are you mad that I took a bite? I didn't eat that much. Besides, you offered. No, it's okay. I'm glad you liked it. If you say so. So he's the kind of guy who startles people from behind and the front. Does this man have no concept of personal space? Are you done with your snack? Yes. A full stomach makes for a happy heart. And an avid assistant, I hope. Yes. Lay off me a little, will you? Come on, let's go. With his hands inside his coat pockets, Galvin started walking in the direction of the Eon building. I threw away the dirty crepe holder in a nearby trash can and followed behind him. Andrea, you and me both. Same thinking. Well, I'm bananas for you. Smooth, babe. Very smooth. Very cute. Very smooth. Galvin seems like the kind of guy who would spend... Galvin is the kind of guy that would spend $50 for a coffee. I agree. I 100% agree. But the funny part is that he would spend $15 on a black coffee. No cream, no sugar, no additions. Just a black coffee, but like imported from like who knows where, right? I agree with that. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely he would. Again, I feel we're like Lonan... Characters like Lonan, the fun characters, the goofy characters, they're lovable because they're goofy, right? And we all know someone like that. This is what gets me with like the hard exterior characters, the enemies to lovers, because you think one thing and then you learn stuff about them and they literally become cuter, and like you make jokes like this and stuff like that that they wouldn't make about themselves, kind of thing. And that's why I like this. That's why I like the hard exterior, the enemies to lovers stuff, because you fall in love so easily with the goofy guys and the goofy people, the goofy love interests. Not to say they can't have depth. Lonan had depth. I thought his backstory with wanting to be a YouTuber and his like falling out with his friend was great. And you can have that depth, but I like cracking the code. I like cracking the code a little bit. Sweetie, I'll be honest, I don't know how I fell for you, okay? You are the goofy character. The sweet goofy character. Lonan is very sweet. But it is you. I'm not sure how I fell for you. Anyway, back to my game, husbando. Wow. The building's main area had an entirely different vibe from yesterday. It wasn't finished yet, but the decorations and banners that were already set made it feel more alive. Here, wear this. Galvin handed me an event badge with the word staff on it. I grabbed it by the string and put it around my neck. He did the same with his. Now I feel like a true staff member. You are. Temporarily. So I expect you to work accordingly. Jeez, put more pressure, why don't you? Any questions? Well... Work-related questions. That's what I thought. Alright, let's begin. Just like we did yesterday, we're going to make another tour of the place. This time for a different purpose, of course. We need to make sure preparations are going swimmingly. Right, so for the most part, ensuring all the necessary equipment and tools are here, verifying there are no malfunctions, and confirming that game devs who are exhibiting today are more or less finished setting up their game booths? Very good, Redhead. You're a fast learner. I see you did your research. It's nothing really. I just thought I'd do a bit of studying yesterday before my first day. Hey, don't try to downplay yourself like that. When someone's giving you a sincere compliment, it puts the other person in an awkward position if you belittle yourself. Just say thank you. Just say thank you. If you get a compliment, say thank you. That's all you gotta do. If people are giving a true blue compliment, they want you to say thank you and go about your day. If it's someone who wants something from you, like I gave you a compliment, so give me your number. No, fuck them. And they should be, and if they get offended that you just said thank you, they should be. Because fuck them for thinking that they deserve anything from you. Someone gives you a sincere compliment, just say thank you, because you deserve it. Best advice we got from this game so far. Actually, no, we've been getting a lot of good advice from this game, honestly. Andrea, just say thank you. No, god damn it, Tompy. The fuck? You know I love you and your goofiness. Shut up. So what you're saying is I have a chance out there. Thank you. That's what I thought. Besides, I'm not the type of person who gives compliments freely or just to be nice. That doesn't surprise me, actually. The next hour and a half, we went over the main area to make sure everything was in order and stopped whenever a banner looked crooked or some booth needed help organizing the items they were showcasing. A few game devs even needed a hand with planning the best strategy to attract guests to their stands. Or to be more precise, Galvin said they needed to display their booth more efficiently or no one would bat an eye at it. Was it really necessary to be that harsh? I think you crushed their spirits. I was harsh precisely because they would have ignored me otherwise, and probably proceeded to be miserable when they saw I was right at the end of GameCon. Ren, there's a difference between being harsh and downright cruel. Well, I can't disagree with that, but I'd argue that the way you approach others is important too. Yes, people were willing to listen to you this time, but there could be other scenarios where being right won't necessarily mean they'll listen, especially if you don't put yourself in their shoes. Being right isn't always important. Okay, Ren, actually, as someone who is right consistently, I have to hard agree with you there. Hey, Reaper, I think you're cool. Don't need your number. I already have it. Wait, what? What?
How the fuck did you get my number? How the fuck did you get my number?
Joke's on you, I don't have one. Ha! Although Galvin was about to give me a reply, before he could say anything, a middle-aged man called us from a short distance away. Galvin, my boy! Mr. Axter. Ah, so this is the famous boss. I'm sorry I couldn't come greet you before. I've been dealing with a few company matters. I trust you've been well. How are your parents? Your sister? Not at all, sir. It's understandable with how busy you must be. My parents and sister are very well. You're very kind for asking. Are your wife and children doing all right? Mr. Axter gave a hearty laugh and patted Galvin's shoulders. I see. That's very good to hear, my boy. Very good indeed. The wife and kids are doing wonderfully too. I'm glad, Mr. Axter. I didn't think I'd get to see Galvin make an expression like that so soon. He wasn't kidding when he said he respects his boss. I see you're doing a wonderful job so far. Not long before GameCon starts, eh? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And who might this be? Oh, what do I even say? Assistant? Temporary employee? Wait, actually, am I even allowed to work here? What if he says I haven't gotten his approval yet? This is Ren, sir. She's a friend of my sister and mine as well. She's been helping me with some things. We're making sure everything's going smoothly. Oh, wonderful, wonderful indeed. It's always nice to have a helping hand, wouldn't you say? For a moment, I thought he was talking to Galvin, but since Mr. Axter kept staring at me, I realized the question was meant for me. Yes, it's nice. Mr. Axter grinned. His eyes then traveled to his wristwatch. I'm afraid I must take my leave, children. I wish you all the best in this event. Thank you, sir. I'll make sure everything goes perfectly and let you know the results once GameCon is over. Excellent, my boy. I can always rely on you. Now, if you'll excuse me. With a slow but steady step, Mr. Axter headed to the entrance of the building. Eventually, his silhouette couldn't be seen anymore. What was that all about? Something felt... No, I'm probably overthinking it. Consider yourself lucky, Ren. You were able to meet the CEO himself. It seems so. By the way, your friend as well, huh? It's the blushes! They're giving me so many blushes with him! I love it. I couldn't really tell him the actual truth, now could I? Besides, it's not as if we couldn't be friends. What if I want to be more than friends, though? Like... Gal... Mr. Galvin? A sudden yell made me refocus back on the event. One of Fable Novel's game devs reached out to us with a mixture of panic and concern. They did what? After a few minutes of chit-chat, one of Fable Novel's game devs explained the situation to us. Their booth required a TV monitor, a few adapters to connect the equipment, arranging the poster for the stand banner, and a large sign to display the name of the game. The problem was that the venue team assigned to their booth had disappeared for a lunch break before finishing to prepare everything. And to make matters worse, the GameCon event was about to begin. Yes, I wish we didn't have to bother them, but with only 2 people, it's a bit... No, that much is a given. It's very heavy equipment after all. They shouldn't have left before finishing their job. Galvin bit his lip and massaged his nose so hard that his nails left a couple of scratch marks. God, if he uses that much force, he's gonna hurt his skin. You should ask for help. I'm not sure on this one. Again, we're gonna do all the correct answers. We're just not going to do the time pawn stuff. Say you should ask for help. Okay. Galvin, let's ask for help. What? We saw a bunch of people who are already finished with their booths, right? So let's ask them to give us a hand. No, absolutely not. Are you insane? It'd be completely unprofessional. They're not even staff members. I know, it's probably a bit uncommon, but do you really think everyone would throw a fit only because we asked for help? I agree with her. I'll help as well. It's our game's booth after all. Me too. What do you say, Galvin? Wouldn't asking for help defeat the whole purpose of being a part of this event planning company? What will my boss say? Look, Galvin, unexpected things happen sometimes. We can't always plan for every single scenario out there, and even then, it doesn't guarantee that there won't be any issues. I know where you're coming from. I've always struggled with disappointing people myself. Especially when I thought I had the whole situation under control. But guess what? I'm human, and so are you. It's okay to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. Did I go too far? Okay, let's ask for help. Really? Really. And Ren? Yes? Thank you. It's not... You're welcome. Let's go, Rennie! Let's go! Taking the compliments, taking the thank yous. Character growth right there. Right up until GameCon was open to the public, Galvin and I managed to prepare the things missing from the booth with the help of a few game devs, including the ones from Fable Novel. While some carried the heavy stuff, others helped with setting up the monitors themselves so that they would display the images from the game. Nice, we did that quite quickly, like an hour? Finally. Thank you so much for your help. Not at all. You helped yourself. In fact, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. If there's something I can do. Don't worry, Mr. Galvin. These things happen sometimes. What's important is that we were able to work it out. With the crisis averted, there was a good atmosphere in the air. We're really lucky that the others didn't mind helping, too. But it wasn't for long. Man, I'm full. I'm glad this place is so close to Main Street. The restaurants there are on another level. Tell me about it. I can't wait to try the other meals on their menu. I see you guys had your fun. No one was smiling any longer. There wasn't any yelling either. Instead, the expression Galvin showed the venue team was one of cold, chilly anger. I wasn't even the target of his rage, and yet I still felt goosebumps. Malt? Pepper? Do you understand what you did? Wait, let me explain. Your negligence could have ruined the whole event. Would you have taken responsibility for that? It seems like the scolding was over since Galvin started to turn around, but then a nasty whisper could be heard. It was just one booth. What's the big deal? At that moment, everything Galvin had been holding in bursted out. Oh, it was just one booth, was it? Who cares about a teeny tiny booth when there's so many already? It's not like the game devs paid to have space here, right? It's not like this could affect their mood and motivation if no one comes to their booth. Even if it was just one booth, it's still not a good attitude to do a half-assed job to get it over with. Yes, maybe saying the whole event wouldn't have been ruined was a bit of an exaggeration, but you would have ruined the whole event for those game devs. If it hadn't been for Ren and the other game devs who helped us, we would be in a really crappy situation right now. Nobody said anything for a while. Not even I could have interrupted that conversation. Galvin may have been harsh, but his words from before still rang in my head. There's a difference between harsh and downright cruel. Please, leave for the rest of the day. I expect you both to be here tomorrow, though. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying not to trip over themselves, the venue team rushed towards the entrance. Ren? Yes? Good job today. You can enjoy the rest of the event if you want. You've earned it. We can continue work tomorrow morning. Thank you, Galvin. I think I'd rather enjoy the actual event on Saturday when Kana and Lonan come, though. But thank you so much for the offer. I understand. I'm sure both of them will really appreciate that. Are you sure you don't need any more help today? Don't worry. I'll be alright. See you tomorrow, Redhead. He knows our name, but he gives us a nickname anyway! Right after he said that, Galvin turned and walked away to check another booth. But unlike the other times I'd seen him walk, his shoulders were sagging. God, I feel so sorry for Galvin. I can't believe those guys were so rude when they were lazing around in the first place. Did they really just go on a lunch break? I just hope this doesn't come to bite us in the ass and they start bullying Galvin or something. He's grumpy, alright, but he's not a bad guy. The event could have really been in trouble. In fact, knowing they neglected preparing the booth with the monitors and stuff, it's possible they neglected the equipment as well. What if that's related to the building's collapse? Once again, this is a time pond moment, but we are skipping those to get the bad ending. I wasn't part of the staff in the previous timeline, but judging from what I've seen, could the venue team have been involved in the accident? Take just a minute to catch up on chat. miss person is surprised from in front and behind. Ren, true. I only lied for your sake, but I didn't do it for you. Baka. Malt and pepper. Where's salt? They didn't want to be too on the nose. Aw, JJ, thank you. I appreciate you guys too. Salt was the tears of those staff that are totally getting dismissed tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm surprised he didn't dismiss them right then and there. Like, I have worked at conventions before, back in the States. I worked at a few conventions. I was actually one of them. I was talent. Like, I was in charge of talent signing for one person. And you can make mistakes. Like, you can make, like, very small mistakes. Like, hey, I forgot something. It's kind of mendoksa. It's kind of annoying. But, like, no one really chews you out when you're, like, volunteering or, like, working in that capacity. But to, like, the setup crew, because I've also done setup in university, you gotta, like, that's the basis. Like, I don't know. Like, you really have to fuck up to get yelled at, like, at a lot of conventions, especially gaming conventions, I feel. It's the big uwu. It's the big one. Wait, is that asking for the uwu? Is that, do you want, okay, I'll do the uwu, JJ. I think it's time for your uwu, and I'll even do the fingers. Ready? Uwu? Yeah, the setup crew just leaving the place is plain old desertion. True, absolutely. Once I left the Eon building, right as a bunch of guests started to enter due to the GameCon finally being open to the public, I made my way to Main Street. That's when I noticed a couple of people in front of the bakery having a heated conversation. Wait, isn't that... Oh my god, man, you fucking believe that asshole? Or rather, venting about someone. Yeah, figured. What were their names again? Salt and Pepper? No, wait. Whatever. I should probably just ignore them and go home. I know, right? Seriously, what's his fucking problem? Yeah, we're not his damn slaves. And besides, when were we even going to eat if we didn't take that lunch break? The problem is that dude is a fucking perfectionist and he expects us to be perfect as well. Not to mention he's cocky as fuck. It's just one stupid booth. One! I'm sure those devs would have managed just fine. It wasn't just one booth. Sorry to interrupt your, conversation, but I thought I'd clear up a few misunderstandings. Apart from Gidget's booth, there were others with a few issues as well. Maybe not as major as the Gidget one, but still enough to take time to deal with them. That's why a proper checkup after finishing tasks never hurts. Look, I admit Galvin can be a bit rough around the edges, but he's a good person. The words keep coming, I can't stop. He's the kind of person who always recognizes your efforts and even takes responsibility if others mess up. Why do I feel so strongly about this? I just met the guy yesterday. He's the kind of person who will never hesitate to help others when he's needed, and yet he doesn't ask for help himself. Right? All I ask is that you don't judge him on the surface. Galvin is more than just a grumpy face. I waited for a bit to see if they were going to say anything, maybe even tell me to shut up, but they remained silent during my whole monologue. Still, I didn't want to stay any longer and be overwhelmed by my thoughts, so I just gave them a weird wave greeting and returned home. Teamwork. I don't know if we'll be able to get the good ending tonight, because the good ending's a little bit longer. We've had 2 time pond events. Not again. As expected, the messages were from Galvin. What I didn't see coming, though, was what I read next. Oh my god, sorry, I read faster than I could speak. Ren, it's a disaster. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What will Mr. Axter say? Whoa there, deep breaths. What happened? Can you meet me at Main Street in 20 minutes? I'll be there in 10. Thank you. Smiley face! Sorry. Oh, we gave a smiley face back. Let's go! As soon as I brushed my teeth, semi-comb my hair, and put on a decent outfit, I rushed to meet Galvin at Main Street. made it. Where's Galvin? Ren! Right on cue, he appeared behind me, but I wasn't startled this time. Are you okay? What happened? My laptop. Somebody took my laptop. All my data plans were there, all the information about the event, the schedule. What's even worse is that the game dev panel is tomorrow and all the details were there. I lost everything. Galvin held his face with shaking hands. I thought maybe I could call my sister, but then I remembered she had a photo shoot today. I didn't want to bother her. He was getting short of breath and his eyes were unfocused. I don't know what to do. I don't know who else to call. I'm sorry. He asked for help. He asked for help and I'm so proud. Galvin? I covered his hands with mine. Deep breaths. Galvin closed his eyes and concentrated on breathing. After a little while, his breathing returned to normal, but I kept holding his hands. Better? A little. I'll get you some tea. I'm more of a coffee guy. I'm more of a $15 coffee guy. Coffee's great, but it won't help you relax. Trust me on this. Now I'm being called out. All right. Wasting no time, I entered a nearby cafeteria. They're out of chamomile. And Earl Grey has caffeine, so that's a nope. What else do they have? Oh, peppermint and rooibos. Okay, let's go with probably peppermint for him, right? Checking. Peppermint, let's fucking go. I was right. I'm more of a rooibos drinker myself. I bought a large peppermint tea that came in a paper cup with a lid. Then, once I was back at Galvin's side, I gently placed it into his hands. Drink it. Galvin hesitated for a moment, but soon enough, he took a good sip. Do you like it? Yes, a lot. I'm glad. I always drink it when I'm anxious. It helps a lot. I can see why. It's very refreshing. I like that it's kind of spicy, too. So, you like spicy food? Although he didn't answer right away, Galvin gazed at his tea and smiled. Then he took another sip. Oh, so fucking cute. Yes, it's my favorite. Funny thing though, I used to hate it when I was a kid. You did? When did you come to like it then? Was it an acquired taste, like what happens with some food that you don't enjoy as a kid but learn to appreciate as an adult? Actually, I was still a kid. Huh? How does that even work? Let's just say Kana's pranks went a little too far. She convinced me to eat a chili pepper by telling me it was a different type of tomato. No way, are you serious? Yeah, I think she felt pretty guilty when she saw I drank an entire carton of milk though. But, I don't know. After that, I really started to enjoy spicy food. I'll never forget the look on her face when I told her I wanted to eat another chili pepper. She started crying, saying she'd created a monster. I could hear a nasal snicker coming from him, as if he was holding it in. In the end, though, Galvin laughed out loud, and a few tears formed in the corner of his eyes. Soon enough, I was laughing along with him. Ren? Yes? Thank you. You're welcome. Still, we need to figure out what to do about the laptop. Do you keep copies of your files? Yes, on my external hard drive, but that was stolen too. What about Moogle Drive? Galvin grimaced. I was actually going to upload the files there today from my external hard drive. Oh. Damn it. What am I going to do? Shit, at this rate, Galvin's going to fall into panic again. Is there really nothing else we can do? I was thinking of buying another tea when I spotted an interesting billboard sign on top of the video game shop. Try cloud gaming. Maybe... Galvin, doesn't your company have a cloud backup service, like UnoDrive or iDrive? I mean, you'd probably need to share files between each other quite a lot, right? And even if the files were deleted, they'd be easy to recover, so we could borrow another laptop and... Without any warning, Galvin tackle hugged me. What? Is this a twin thing? Thank you, Ren. Thank you. God, I feel so stupid now. I was panicking so bad with everything going on that the backup cloud completely slipped my mind. So that means you can recover the files, right? Yes! An odd silence followed for a few seconds. A few seconds in which we were still hugging. Yes! Score! Sorry, I got a bit carried away. It's okay. Shall we get going? Yes, definitely. The feeling of awkwardness combined with embarrassment didn't stop until we made it all the way to the Eon building. True, always keep backup drives of your files. I do, true. No, oh, that's right, you did, Arctic. You were telling us about that. Doing all this for the bad end, like, let's go. Let's fucking go. I guess. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite meme right now. I'm finishing both endings tonight. Who needs sleep? Fuck sleep, because honestly, I don't care about tomorrow. The moment we stepped inside, Galvin rushed to borrow a laptop from one of the other staff members and typed on the keyboard like crazy. After a couple minutes, a little cloud icon popped out. He was finally logged into his UnoDrive account. While biting his lip, Galvin double-clicked on a folder named GameCon 2022. Cause this is from Otome Jam 2022. I'm just 2 years fucking late, okay? Seriously, Braun, let's go. While biting his lip, oh, sorry. The moment he saw the contents, he heaved a sigh of relief. Oops. Oh, thank God, it's all here. A bunch of files organized by numerical order could be seen on the screen. The names of the files even distinguished which date from the GameCon they corresponded to. The perks of being organized, am I right? Yeah, for once I'm glad that I'm such a freaking perfectionist. Wasting no time, Galvin took out a small notepad from his trench coat and started taking down a few notes from the files he was inspecting. I'm glad we managed to find a solution for this. That still raises the question, though. Who stole the laptop? Could it have really been someone from the venue staff members from yesterday? I mean, from what's happened so far, it would seem like the most logical conclusion, but something's not right. Boss! As if they'd been conjured out of nowhere, Malt and Pepper dashed towards us with a horrified look on their face. And what, did we get Something's Not Right for the lone and bad ending too? That is a great little thing, if so. I'd rather not talk to them, but it seems urgent. What's wrong? Oh, you're here too. It wasn't an accusation. Rather, it seemed like they were glad to see me there too. One of the monitors just stopped working. I swear, we really did all the proper revisions this time. It just won't turn on. Galvin was either too focused on typing or completely ignoring them. We've even asked around to see if other staff members had a spare one, but no dice. He's right. I've completely switched your genders, but who cares? We even double-checked, but we just don't understand what's going on. There don't seem to be any malfunctions, not at first glance at least. Malfunctions? Is this what those guests were talking about the day of the incident when they said the game dev panel was delayed? Wait, what about the technicians? Don't you guys have some to help with installing the more complicated equipment? Yeah, about that. They pretty much disappeared once they helped install everything they needed to. Shit. We're getting fired, right? We're totally getting... Don't be foolish, Pepper. Slowly, Galvin shut down the laptop and closed the lid. The backup was done. He then approached us with a casual air. God. That's sexy. That is sexy. You can't convince me otherwise. No one's getting fired. Boss. Besides, I've got a plan. Galvin's plan was something like this. Since the GameCon event had already started, we divided the venue staff into 3 groups. The first one would meet and tend to the guests in the main area, while the second one would look over game booths to see if they needed help. Finally, the third group, consisting of Malt, Pepper, Galvin, and I, would focus on the monitor issue to see what was wrong with it. Oh, it's you guys! It's nice to see you again. Wish it was under better circumstances, though. Yes, I feel like we keep bothering you. That's preposterous. Why would you be a bother? It's my... our responsibility to make sure everything works properly. When did you notice it wouldn't turn on? A couple of hours ago. It was working completely fine this morning. Yeah, we made sure to test it and all. I'll take a look. Careful not to disconnect anything, Galvin examined the way the cables were connected to see if anything was amiss. It didn't seem like there was a problem, until he stopped to look at the power strip. This is the wrong converter. What do you mean? Look, see the input on the label? You need at least 220 volts for this to work. The monitor won't turn on because it needs more voltage. What? Let me see that. Me too. What the hell? This isn't the converter we put in this morning. That's really strange. Did someone change it? Boss, I swear, the one we had this morning had the correct power supply. We don't know what happened. Don't worry. I know you guys didn't do it. But we're going to need new ones. Can you get the spares from the storage room? We're going to have to check the other booths as well to see if others have the same problem. Yes, sir. We'll be right back. The storage room? Oh, we have a storage room right in the basement where the underground parking lot is. I made sure to bring several boxes of spare items and tools in case something happened. I see. This guy is a planning monster. You really surprised me, though. I didn't know you knew so much about converters. I don't. Huh? But you just... Galvin covered his eyes with one hand. His ears were a bit red. Before the event started, I asked Lonan if he could teach me a bit about power electronics. Huh? I mean, he's not an expert either, but he definitely knows a lot more about it than me. What? It's just... When did you guys even meet? Lonan doesn't want to tell me or Kana either. I just want to know when you guys became such good friends. My lips are sealed. Oh, come on, boo. Although Galvin was trying to contain his laughter, he wasn't doing a very good job at it. His shoulders shook enough that his trench coat started to fall off. Before he did, though, he adjusted it and cleared his throat to get my attention. Ren, I'm going to go check on the staff from the entrance to see if they're doing all right. Oh, should I go with you? Don't worry. I'll return in 5 minutes, tops. Okay. Something's very wrong about this. Malt and Pepper looked really shocked. I don't think they were lying. But this means someone deliberately changed the converters. Thankfully, it wasn't one with higher voltage. Still, one wrong turn and they could have caused a fire. But who would even do that, and why? It doesn't make any sense. Is this even related to the building's collapse? I feel like I'm missing something. Am I overthinking this? We're back. Salt, Pepper. My name's Malt. Malt! Why does everyone keep doing that joke? It's not funny, guys. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Once I stopped joking around, I noticed he was carrying a small box with a couple of converters. That's less than I thought. Weren't there any more spares? It's not that. We actually gave a few to the other booths because it seemed like they were having similar problems. Ah, that makes sense. By the way, isn't the boss with you? Galvin? He went to check on the other staff guys at the entrance. He'll be right back. I see. Okay, well, we'll get this replaced then. Malt pointed to the converter. Pepper nodded and followed him to Gidget's booth. In no time, they changed the incompatible converter with the one that had the appropriate amount of voltage to work properly. Something's not gonna work, is it? Yes, okay, it does. The monitor turned on. Ah, it's fixed. Thank you so much. Pepper smiled while Malt showed them a thumbs up. I sighed, relieved. Trying not to disturb them, the three of us made our way to the side corner so that the Fable novel devs could focus on setting up their game. God, somebody say something. Galvin, come back! Ren, that's your name, right? Yes, that's me! That came out a bit too loud. We actually wanted to thank you for what you said yesterday. Huh? You were right. We made a mistake. No, several mistakes. And instead of owning up to them, we just complained. Yes, we also wanted to apologize to the boss, too. He didn't hear us, but we still... well... It's a good start. Both of you and Galvin need to have better conversation. I think it's a good start would be good. No, actually, you want to say both of you and Galvin need to have better communication. Okay, I was not ready for that. So both of you and Galvin need to have better conversation. I'm glad you guys are acknowledging your mistakes and want to make up for them. But all this started because none of you could communicate well in the first place. And by that, I mean Galvin as well. Maybe I sound like a hypocrite for saying this, since I get anxious talking to others sometimes. But, well, to get something across, you have to sit and talk about it. People will misinterpret us from time to time. Yes, that's inevitable. But isn't it even worse to keep it all inside? The words I said weren't for them only. Deep inside, I knew they were for me as well. You guys are a team. Instead of trying to do everything alone, instead of competing with or complaining about one another, you should support each other. Don't you think so? You're right. With how many times as it had happened already, I didn't have to turn around to know who was behind me. Boss! Seems like things at the entrance are going well. Did you manage to replace the converter? Yes, thank God. We also gave a few converters to other booths that needed a few. Luckily, most game devs didn't need spares. I see. Thank you. You did a great job. Boss, Pepper and I were really sorry. We made a lot of mistakes and even talked behind your back. That wasn't okay. Yes, we sincerely apologize. We should have made sure everything was in peak condition before look what happened today. We were here and didn't even notice the converters weren't compatible with the laptops and monitors. The sound of Galvin's steps echoed on the floor until he stopped in front of Malt and Pepper and placed a hand on each one of their shoulders. I appreciate it, guys. And I'm sorry, too. I went a bit overboard and was too harsh. Didn't even give you a chance to explain yourselves. It'll be a bit tricky now, since we still have a lot to do for the event. But I think we should have a proper conversation after the GameCon is officially over. I'm all up for that. Yeah, definitely. Besides, I'd like to hear your suggestions on how we can improve our working procedure and begin to trust each other more. That's a bit cheesy, boss. I agree, though. Cheesy? Ooh, maybe meeting Ren has softened him up a little. Now that you mention it. Shut up and get back to work. Yes, boss! Like a pair of kids, Malt and Pepper laughed and waved before disappearing into the GameCon's main area. At one point, Galvin also sneaked out to speak to Fable Novels game devs. He looked a bit more energetic than usual and his ears had turned red. I guess he's still a bit embarrassed. Well, so am I, to be fair. I guess that's that. Yeah, I wish. Nothing from the way Malt and Pepper were acting, be it yesterday or today, suggests they had anything to do with the incident. No, they just happened to be frustrated with Galvin, but seeing how afraid they were to lose their jobs, I really doubt they would go as far as wanting to cause an accidental power outage. That means that the person who replaced the converters is still out there. I still don't know if they're related to the overall malfunctions from the previous timeline or if what happened in this timeline is related to those. It's becoming apparent that something or someone caused an electricity overload during the event. But how did that lead to the building collapsing? Damn it! What am I missing? What is it that I'm not seeing? And then it was there again. That was the last time, Pond. Again, we're not doing it because we're going for the bad ending. Have a good night, Toppy. Thank you. A chill down my spine, a suffocating energy, the odd sensation of having eyes on the back of my skull. Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. I'm not going to ignore it this time. The sudden queasiness made me almost lose my balance, but I managed to turn around to see what was amiss. Nothing. Just like that, the feeling was gone. Ren, are you okay? Ah, yes. Sorry, I spaced out a little. What is it? Well, I know you said you wanted to enjoy the event with Kana and Lonan as a guest, but would you be alright with, you know, patrolling around the booths as a fellow staff team member? God, I can't believe this is the same grumpy person from a few days ago. Sure. We've entered the bad ending. Fuck. After the Eon building closed for the day, Galvin offered to take me home. What? What? I'm sorry you had to stay until closing time, Ren, and thank you. It's okay, I don't mind. Plus, if anything, it was nice to see that you didn't hesitate to ask for help this time. Kana will be overjoyed to hear about this. Ugh, give me a break. For a couple of minutes, we walked in comfortable silence. The fallen autumn leaves rustled in protest under our shoes with each step we took. A nice breeze with a soft whistle made the nearby trees sway as if they were waving. It was like a song. And Galvin and I were the only spectators. You know, if there's anything ever bothering you, I want to be there for you too. I stopped walking. Galvin didn't seem to expect that, as he almost bumped into me. Tomorrow is the day the Eon building collapses. From what Galvin told me before, it's very new and it seems like there wasn't enough time to check if it was in peak condition to hold an event like GameCon. Ren? There's also the matter of the malfunctions. On the previous timeline, I remember overhearing some guests talk about how a panel was delayed because the equipment wasn't working properly. My phone's battery died too, even when I made sure to charge it the day before, and then the power outage happened. Hey, Ren. But is any of that related to what happened today with the voltage converters? I mean, I changed things by meeting with Galvin. Would that mean those events from the previous timeline will be different this time around? I feel like I barely know anything. Ren! What's wrong? Why are you making that face? Should I tell Galvin about the time loops? But he won't believe me unless I have any sort of proof. I wouldn't even believe myself. Wait, maybe those memento thingies Invar mentioned. They're supposed to represent some of Galvin's memories from a different timeline, right? But will that really help? What if he doesn't trust me? What if he thinks I'm insane? Okay, here goes nothing. There's something I need to show you. I haven't seen them myself yet. Apparently only the memento's owner can activate the memory. Memento? What are you talking about, Ren? Instead of answering his question, I took 2 Polaroid pictures from my bag. Both were blurry, but they had different colored frames. One of the frames was yellow. The other one blue. Galvin's face was a chaotic mix of expressions. Uncertainty, confusion, uncanniness, but most of all, curiosity. Slow and steady, his fingertips touched the photos. Okay. Ah, it's too spicy. I grabbed my water bottle and gulped the whole thing. Ugh. Tut-tut, you disappoint me, Ren. I thought you redheads could tolerate spicy food better than most people. I guess that's just a myth. What? For your information, I can tolerate a human amounts of spiciness. Your taste buds are just from another world altogether. This is like eating a fucking volcano. Excuses, excuses. Well, unlike somebody, at least I'm not a baby when it comes to sweet food. Ugh, how dare you? I dare you to try the flan I made. Ugh, fine. This looks darker than usual. Is this chocolate? God, fine. Don't eat it then. More for me. And no, it's not chocolate. I'll try it, woman. Just give me a minute to mentally prepare myself. And you said I was overacting with the spicy food. Galvin made a little pout, but just as he said, he tried a spoonful of the flan. It's gonna be like dark chocolate. It's gonna be a little bit bitter for him. She did it specially. Coffee! Oh my god. Well, how's my coffee flan? Okay, you got me. This is really good. I'm glad you like it. Sorry. I'll make sure to order a less spicy curry next time. What if we make it together? Sounds like a plan. Galvin, why do you never ask for help? I mean, I probably sound like a hypocrite to you because I'm like that myself sometimes, but you're even worse than me, and that's saying a lot. Ren, you really don't have to take care of every single thing, Galvin. It's okay to depend on others. Am I really that untrustworthy? What? No, of course not. Then why? Why do you always push me away when I try to help? The reason you make these mistakes in the first place is because you carry everything on your back to the point of burnout. Galvin held my cheeks and dried a falling tear with his thumb. I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention to make you feel sad. You're right. I'm a bit hard on myself sometimes. You know, when I got my very first job, the work team I was part of made a really big mistake. I remember my boss at that time was fuming and demanded an explanation ASAP. Truth is, all of us had a part in the screw up. However, instead of trying to work on a solution to the problem, my teammates kept focusing on who to blame. It all felt so ugly to me. I was so disappointed. Weren't we supposed to be a team? Why was everyone trying to throw each other under the bus? And regrettably, it wasn't the only time it happened. In the end, I figured it wasn't worth my time to associate myself with those kinds of people, and I quit. I suppose that really must have struck a chord in me, because ever since then, I tried to do everything by myself whenever I could. It felt more efficient to me. And it wasn't long before Mr. Axter hired me. Galvin, I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, because I'm not that person anymore. Huh? Not entirely, at least. I think I may have taken things to the extreme at that moment. Besides, just because a few people betray your trust doesn't mean everyone will. It only takes time to come to terms with that realization. But I've been trying to get better at this, thanks to you guys. Or I thought I did until you gave me a scolding and bawled your eyes out. I guess I'm still a bit rusty. Does that mean you'll let us help you? You're really stubborn when you want to get your point across, huh, Rennie? You just call us red. Did you just call us red? I'm gonna be totally honest. I kind of wish you just still called us redhead. Galvin laughed while softly pulling my cheeks with his hands. Ah, stop it. These memories. I remember. Although this couldn't have happened in the previous timeline. This means that we time looped more than once. What the hell is going on? Ren, we knew each other before? It seems that way, yes. In a different timeline. But somehow, I still feel close to these memories. No matter the timeline, that was still Galvin in me. If that's true, then does that mean something bad happened to us? Galvin, we're in a time loop. And if we don't do something tomorrow, the Eon building will collapse and we'll... My voice was trembling so much I struggled to finish the sentence. We'll die. Will he believe me? Is that why you wanted to be a staff member for GameCon? Yes. With a few stutters and pauses here and there, I briefed Galvin on the details behind the building's collapse from the previous timeline. I see. Breathing was starting to get difficult. No. What if he feels like I betrayed his trust? I don't want him to think that. Should I say something else? No. What if I make it worse? It's good enough that he believes me, right? I couldn't stop shaking either. Come on, man. Please say something. Good. My words were interrupted by Galvin's hands on my cheeks. Ren, breathe. With my eyes closed, I took a deep breath, and after containing the air for a few seconds, I let the air out. Better. Deja vu. You're right. Too bad the cafeteria is closed, or I would have bought you some tea. We'll figure this out, okay? Don't worry. Okay. Gently, I raised my hands and squeezed his own, which were still on my cheeks. He was warm. Bittersweet memories. Oh! No, I have not bought Minecraft, and you know, you can't ask me that question. I'm not buying Minecraft. Okay. So I have decided, because this actually has gone a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm going to finish this, because I need to know it. But we're going to do the good ending on Tuesday. I'll do a Monday or a Tuesday stream, and I'll record the rest of this. So if you guys want to see the good ending, I will be live on Tuesday or Monday. Oh man, because I want to see the rest. I want to see the bad ending, but I know it's a big chunk at the end, right? So I know it's going to take a bit of time. I don't think I could run both. I couldn't sleep a wink. My eye bags must be the size of a freaking raccoon. Is it Galvin? Okay, we can skip this because this is when we're meeting them. Oh wait, can I not? I hope everything goes well. Oh no, I can't. Skip it. That's weird. Or, I thought I would be able to. I can barely contain myself from running all over the place. Oh wait, no, it's today, guys. That's where it starts. It's today, guys! Our moment has come. Bring the trumpets. I can barely contain myself from running all over the place. LMAO, big same. I'm so happy right now. You know which one. What the fuck, dude? LMAO? The stupid thing won't load my figs. Figs. Gifts. Oh my fucking god. LMAO. I can't wait to meet you guys either. No fair that you guys met first without me. Boo-hoo. Excuse me. We spent a few minutes together. Tops. Besides, you met Galvin months ago and still won't share the details with us. That's different. How? Boo. Not you too, Rennie. I swear I will find out I swear, I will find out where is it you guys met if it's the last thing I do. Right there with you, Kana. Galvin won't tell me either. Girl, you know it. Fuck these losers and their secrets. Let's have a girl meeting sometime. You meanies. LMAO. Whatever. Gonna get ready now, TTYL. See you guys soon. Indeed we shall, my dudettes. Don't miss me too much. Bye. I hope I sounded natural enough. What else was I even gonna say? I really want to see them again. I really do, but... Kana? Onan? I can't give up now. Ah! God, that startled me. And who startles us better than Galvin himself? Did they forget to say something? Ren, have you already gone out to GameCon? Not yet. I was about to head out. Why? Excellent. Meet me on Main Street. Huh? As in right now? Yes. I want to give you something. Shocked Pikachu face. Now you've made me curious. What is it? You better hurry up if you want to find out. Oh my god, I can't believe you used that emoji too. Zio with the biddies. Thanks, babe. Just remember, sweetie. All the otome husbandos and waifus in the world are nothing on you. They got nothing. Nothing at all. But Galvin is kind of cute, and I still got him in my phone as Mr. Spicy, and I'm not sorry about that. I want everyone to know, Zio knew I did this from the beginning. He knew I was a massive fangirl, okay? He knew it, he accepted it, and he still asked to be with me, okay? So... Okay, I'll be right there. I love that they do the smiley faces. After making sure I looked decent enough, I grabbed my bag and keys and went outside. Fucking nerd. Galvin? Where is he? From behind, a warm paper cup touched my cheek. The hand holding it looked familiar. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You couldn't do this to me IRL, but I low-key love in rom-coms and stuff when when they do that. I don't do it to me in real life because I will hit it out of your hand, but surprise. It smells really good. Is this raspberry tea? Close. It's raspberry chamomile. I thought you'd like it. I got it a couple of minutes ago, so it shouldn't be too hot to drink now. You really thought of everything. I took a big sip and the warmness of the tea caressed my throat. It's lovely. I never had this before, but I definitely will from now on. Thank you, Galvin. Do you feel a little better? A lot. I wish I could have bought you one yesterday, but everything was closed. It's okay. Plus, you really helped me out yesterday, too. Ren? Yes? Is he gonna mention the mementos from yesterday? It seemed we were even closer in that timeline. Galvin got closer to me and held my hands. Remember, just like you taught me, we're in this together. Yes. Yes, you're right. I should let him know of my suspicions. Galvin, like I told you yesterday, we're in a time loop. As insane as that sounds. Yes, you showed me yesterday. There's no way that wasn't real. We definitely knew each other before, in a different timeline. Right, I'm not sure how many times we have looped, but at least in the previous timeline, I remember there was an issue with the electricity and equipment malfunctioning. There was even a power outage at some point, some tremors on the ground, and then the building started collapsing. I see. I know this may seem unrelated, but the fact that someone has been trying to sabotage you the past couple of days with the laptop thing and the converters issue doesn't sit well with me. It has to be connected in some way or another. And I don't think this could have been done by Malt or Pepper. Galvin? Yes, I agree. I grabbed Galvin's hand and gave it a squeeze. Don't worry, we'll talk to him together. He didn't say anything, but the way he squeezed my hand back and showed me a sad but soft smile was confirmation enough that he had the same thought. Ren! Kana, she's here! Ren! I was getting worried already. Guys, wait, what do you mean you were worried? You didn't receive our messages? Yeah, we tried calling you too. You did? I opened my bag and tried to feel my way through its contents. It wasn't there. Shit, I forgot my phone at home. Well, whatever. I'm glad you're okay. Seems I have nothing to worry about. Kana looked at Galvin and smiled. Isn't that right, bro? I have no idea what you're talking about, Canaria. Sure you don't. Anyway, here's your ticket, Rennie. Thanks. Not sure if you even needed it though, seeing as you're now part of Galvin's team, huh? Galvin sighed and massaged the bridge of his nose, as I saw him do a few times already, but I couldn't help noticing his ears were a bit red. Oh, what's this? Not even denying it, bro. Wait, Kana, the staff member thing is only temporary, remember? And I was really looking forward to meeting you both. Did I say something wrong? Rennie! Both Kana and Lonan leaped on me with their arms spread out. The flock of gamers was once again sharing a group hug. Oh, I love this picture. Finally, after all this time. It's strawberry. Dude, control yourself. You're going to get snot all over her hair. But you're going to gotta... Shut up, I'm not. I squeezed them back as hard as I could. I missed you guys. From the top of Kana's shoulder, I noticed Galvin smiling at me. It's a bit early. Why don't you spend a bit of time with them, Ren? I have to find Maul and Pepper anyway to let them know a few things about the game dev panel. What? But I don't think splitting up is a good idea at the moment. Bro's right, girl. Let's have some fun. I don't know which one of you is worse. You work too much. No, wait. You don't understand. It's important. That's what all workaholics say, Rennie. Come on, it's game booth time. Galvin. Don't worry. This won't take me too long. I promise. Since I felt I would end up protesting by speaking up, I ended up nodding reluctantly. Look how happy they are. Really nothing bad can happen from here. Nothing at all. I'll make sure I don't take too long. It's decided. Time for some GameCon strolling. Right as Kana and Lonan entangled their arms around mine and dragged me to visit some game booths, Galvin waved and quickly disappeared into the human tide. Ooh, I need to hydrate like crazy, y'all. That was so much fun. I took so many pictures. I bought so much merch. My wallet is crying right now. Yeah, it was nice visiting all those game booths again. Again? Crap. Oh, well, you know, since I kind of visited a few of Galvin's assistants. As a Galvin's assistant. Hey, why am I always last lately? First we find out he met Lonan before us too, and now he got to stroll around GameCon with Ren before Lonan and I? Chotomate kuda, stop! Aren't you always first in Mario Kart? Well... You're also the one who introduced Rennie and I on Discord. Well, when you put it that way, I guess I am a winner, aren't I? I wonder if Galvin's finished already. I really need to find him soon. Oh! Hey, excuse me, that cosplay's rad as hell. Can I take a picture of you? Holy shit, it's Zack from Angels of Destruction! Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted Malt and Pepper talking with each other at one of the nearby booths. Kana and Lonan were busy taking pictures of a guy wearing a cosplay with a huge scythe, so I took the opportunity to approach the others. Malt, Pepper. Ren, great timing. Have you seen the boss? Huh? I thought he was with you. Didn't you meet him a few minutes ago? No, we actually thought he was with you as well. We haven't seen him at all today. What? Yes, the last time we talked to him was yesterday. We had a video call meeting last night. At night? It must have been after he took me home. Didn't he tell you? He shared Saturday's schedule plan with the whole venue team in advance, mainly because we have the game dev panel today. Yeah, he even let us explain ourselves on the lunch break incident. I guess he was still feeling bad about not listening to us. I didn't think he would be so shocked, though. What do you mean? Well, you see, the one who actually suggested we go for lunch break was Mr. Axter! Oh my god. So it really was him all along. Maybe he didn't know about the boss's plan? But anyway, back to the issue at hand, Ren. There's something going on with the equipment, and it's not the converters this time. Man, I really hope it's not the breaker panel. Well, it has to be, right? Or something similar. We're not getting any signal. What he said made me touch my bag as a reflex, but then I remembered. That's right, I forgot my phone. I can't check. Great, now what? You just had a spice of the bad luck, didn't you? Oh, shut up, Salt. You're not even superstitious. Maybe I am now, and my name is Malt! Malt! I kinda like Malt. He's fun. I need to find Galvin. Can you tell my friends over there? Thank you! But, Ren! Without waiting for an answer, I started running through the crowd. Where are you, Galvin? Fucking hell, no wonder their equipment is malfunctioning. The power generator's garbage. Yeah, fuck this building, man. Shit, everything's being repeated again. I wiped the sweat from my forehead. And then through the reflection in one of the TV monitors, I saw it again. The damn bird. Black feathers, red eyes, claws perched on a pillar. A crow. Invar, the crow. I said a raven, but crow. I glared. I will end this today, and it won't have a bad ending this time. Well, actually, you see, what had happened was, I kept running. Mr. Axter, please. That voice. Galvin's voice was coming from a secluded corner of the building. I'm afraid you've lost me, my boy. What are you trying to say? Why did you hold the event in this building? Why? Because of its wide space, of course. Not to mention the location. Weren't you happy that we got such a great deal and managed to rent it? Please, please stop lying. You weren't like this before. Galvin, my boy, if you're not more articulate with your words, I won't understand what you mean. Understand? It's me who doesn't understand. Why is the rent for this building so cheap? A building of this caliber. After everything you told me, it just doesn't make any sense. Did it not go through renovations? I see. So you saw it after all. Mr. Axter's smile dropped. The way in which he looked at Galvin could only be described as sinister. You saw the email with the rent invoice. What? You really took me by surprise that day, you know? I thought everyone had already left the office by that time, but no, goody two-shoes Galvin had to be a model employee and show me the schedule for the event on the same fucking night I opened my mail. I didn't want to believe it at first. I thought surely it was a mistake. Even after issues with the laptop and the converters, I didn't want to believe it. I thought maybe it was some other staff member that didn't like me. But working with Ren, Malt, Pepper, everyone on the venue team, I realized they're all very honest and hardworking people. It's just that the expectations I put on myself were so damn high that I unfairly required the same of them, and they were right to hate me for it. Galvin. And when Malt and Pepper told me you were the one who told them to go on a lunch break when we were working against the clock, I couldn't ignore it anymore. Seems the cat's out of the bag, eh, my boy? You disappoint me, really. How do you expect to survive in this world? Honest work? Following the rules of people who probably only thought to benefit themselves? What's the point? The lights. The company hasn't been doing so well, Galvin. You know this. Why do you think we have a venue staff of merely 10 members? So I had to take matters into my own hands. The events we did before hardly had any people. And for good reason. They would travel to the middle of fucking nowhere. However, I then came across a new building that was being made just one block of Solstice's main street. And it was going so well. But then that damned building manager suddenly wanted to do a renovation out of nowhere because of some stupid gut feeling. In July, no less. But by July, the cost would have been too much and I wouldn't have been able to afford the rent. So I made an arrangement to use the building in June. It was the perfect month to get more ticket buyers after all, with the long weekend and whatnot. I used to really admire you, sir. You were a big inspiration to me. But I can't keep following a person who thinks the end justifies the means. And what do you know, boy? You think I like to do this? Grow up. This is reality. I had no choice but to do this. Those insipid words that ignorant assholes spout about how money doesn't bring happiness are bullshit. You can't survive without money, and sometimes you need to get your hands dirty in order to get it. Enough. I finally got out of my hiding place. Ren? While I agree with you about money being essential to survival, and it seems like you went through a lot, your methods are just plain wrong. You're just making excuses to justify all your wrongdoings. You're neglecting your responsibility as CEO and harming people who put their trust in you and your decisions. You're blatantly ignoring how much the employee who respects you the most has overworked himself to the point of burnout. The only end that justifies the means over here is that I sue your ass for corruption and abuse before I punch you in the face. Okay, ready? Let's go. Let's fucking go. Galvin puts a hand on my shoulder. No need to dirty your hands, Ren. I'll sue him myself. We shall see, my boy. And then the lights went out. Shit. Galvin, we need to get out. For once, I agree with you, girlie. Mr. Axter didn't waste any time and pushed us out of the way. Ah! Ren! Damn it, that coward. I'm fine. Let's go with the others. As fast as we could in the mild darkness, Galvin and I rushed to the main area. We began to feel slight tremors under our feet. Boss! Malt, Pepper, no time to explain. Please gather everyone from the venue team as fast as you can and evacuate everyone outside. On it! That's what we had in mind too. The walls started cracking. Let's run to the entrance before everything collapses. Right behind you. The first pillar fell. There were screams. A few steps in front of us, Pepper opened the entrance door while Malt and other members from the venue team evacuated as many people as possible. Another familiar face called to us. Ren, Galvin! Lonan! Hurry, we have to get out! I know, but Kana! Galvin's face went immediately pale. Lonan, where's my sister? She went to find you guys when the lights went out. Shit! Wait, Galvin! He didn't even flinch. Galvin ran back inside. God damn it. And I followed. Guys! Lonan's screams got further and further away the more I moved my feet. Some people were still running around, but it seemed like most had managed to get out. Galvin! Kana! Dust gathered in great quantities due to all the destruction. And then I found them. Kana was down on the floor holding her ankle in pain. Galvin put her arm around his shoulder and began to make her stand. The ground shook even harder. I heard the disgusting noise of a pillar breaking. Unfortunately, I wasn't the only one because the next thing I saw was Galvin pushing Kana out of the way. Galvin! My pocket watch shined and quivered violently. Everything turned white. Okay, I'm gonna be mean. I'm really excited to see the bad ending for Galvin's art. Can I skip this? Because he's just gonna tell us that we failed. Nope, I can't. Okay, we're in it. Invar! The second I regained consciousness, my head turned left and right, desperately searching for the winged demon. It didn't take long to find him. Invar was sitting in his usual spot near the tree stump table, looking characteristically amused. It seemed he had just finished playing a game of cards. Welcome back, little bird. Invar, the Eon building is collapsing. I need help. Oh, whatever happened to that? Looks like you weren't able to prevent the fall. Prevent? Prevent how? It had poor construction work, so it wasn't suitable to hold an event like GameCon. The building was bound to cave in, not to mention the electricity overload. Right. Please excuse my forgetfulness. You see, when you're a time reaper such as myself, things can get a bit repetitive, if you will. I find it rather odd, though. This whole time loop thing is odd, but I don't have much time. Galvin's going to die. Isn't there anything I can do? I don't know, little bird. Is there? You can't really stop an earthquake. What? What did you say? An earthquake? That's not possible. Solstice City isn't a seismic area. Who said anything about a natural earthquake? Huh? You've experienced problems with electricity too, yes? But that was... Let me ask you something, little bird. How much energy do you think it requires to time loop? Don't you think it's a certain amount of tries? Things would inevitably start to change. Or perhaps break is more accurate. Are you saying the building's collapse was caused by some kind of space-time distortion? Precisely. Oh, but you were right about your suspicions. The building did collapse at one, or shall we say, several points due to non-magical reasons. Just not in this timeline, or the previous one. So, I was really doomed from the start. Is this really the end? I won't be able to save Galvin? Pity. Such a pity. And you were so close, too. Huh? If only you had pieced the puzzle together, then maybe this could have had a different outcome. But alas, you didn't. I'm afraid you lost the game, little bird. The game? And now it's time to pay the price. No, this can't be happening. Smiling, Invar raised his hand and began to approach me. I moved one foot back, then the other. Ah! The fairy tree behind me made me trip. Ugh. You can't run away from time, little bird. Nor me. I closed my eyes and held my pocket watch tightly. But nothing. But nothing happened. Gradually, I opened my eyes. Invar wasn't trying to reach for me anymore. Still, he did not look happy. This is almost too easy. Huh? What's the point of winning the game if you don't beg me to make off with your time? If you don't beg to be with me? This is boring. I'm afraid you've lost me. I have a better idea. Something about the way he said those words shook me to my core. Not even giving me a chance to reply, Invar touched his fingers together and snapped. My head. Wait, is this? I heard a scream right behind me. A scream full of anguish. A scream from a voice I recognized very well. I swallowed hard. My whole body was shaking violently. I needed to turn around. I don't want to turn around. I needed to see. I don't want to see. I needed to know. As slowly as I could, my body turned to face the inevitable tragedy. A fallen pillar. A crushed person. A mourning sister crying for her brother to wake up. Oh! Oh my god, I wasn't ready! Galvin's lifeless eyes gazing at the floor where a pool of blood had formed from his wounds. No. This isn't the end. I could still... I took out my pocket watch and held it tightly with both hands. Go back. Nothing. Go back! It didn't react. Help! Please, I'm begging you! Right as I said those words, the pocket watch shined brightly and everything turned white. I couldn't do anything. Galvin. Ah! I heard a few steps approaching. It could be no other than him. Back so soon, little bird. It looks like you were able to enjoy the final scene before the end. Oh, and what's this? The talisman looks absolutely lackluster. I guess the brightness that came from within was part of its charm, wouldn't you say? Not so chatty, are we? Please. Please just make me forget. Take my soul or whatever the hell you need. I can't take this anymore. Oh, little bird. I thought you'd never ask. But didn't I tell you? I'm not a Grim Reaper. I'm a Time Reaper. And now, so will you. Invar's hand touched my forehead as I shut my eyes. Together until the end of time. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the picture. I'm gonna say it. I kind of like Lonen's bad ending picture more. I think I like Lonen's better for the bad ending. You guys want to say bye to YouTube for me? I've got to log off very quick. YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this. I will be speed running the good end next week. Again, like on a Monday or a Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'll make them two separate videos or if I'll put them together. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, you've seen the bad endings and you've kind of gotten a feel for Lonen and Galvin. So who's your romance? Would you romance Galvin or would you romance Lonen? What are we feeling? Like, let me know. I feel like I'm still a Galvin. I'm a Galvin fan. Lonen's story was great and I can't wait to see Galvin's good ending. But I think overall I still enjoy Galvin's route. But YouTube, yeah, let me know in the comments below which route you would go with, and if you like this, and if you like Otome playthroughs and voice acting stuff, maybe subscribe. I play a lot of games and a lot of them are Otomes, so we'd love to have you here. And with that, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.